Okay, so the next thing we need to do is, well, so after you've imported that image, now when you go to the toolbox and you click on your inventory on this button and you go to My Images, whatever decals you loaded into Roblox will now be present in your images. It'll say My Images. And then you can insert that image to grab the ID off of it to then put onto the image property of your image button. Okay. All right. Okay, next, we are going to insert a text button into the image button. Okay. So we'll do this one first. So highlight the image button, click the plus symbol, and find text label, text button, or type it in the search bar, and then insert it. Click on it to insert it. Okay, and we are going to change the size and the position of it. So it's a child of that image button, but it's too big right now, so we need to make it smaller. Okay, so for the position, we're going to make the position 0.078, 0, 0.812, 0. Okay, that brings it down to the bottom of the image button. And then for the size, we're going to make this 0.126, 0. No, we're going to make this 0, 0.126, 0, 22. And I still didn't do something right. Let me start that again. Okay, size is going to be 0, 126, 0, 22. Okay, there we go. I was putting a point in there, but it's only 0, 126, 0, 22. And see how it makes it small and it's at the bottom. If you want your button to be placed somewhere else, you can do that also. And also what I'm noticing is I can't really fully see the pants. So I might let's see, look at changing the cell size in my UI grid layout on the Y. Let me go up to 160 and see what happens. All right, let me go to 170. That's not really changing it, is it? So go back to 150. All right, let me see. How am I going to fix this, or can I? Because, well, oops, which button was it? Okay, there we go. All right. Well, let's see. Let me try something. If I make the padding a larger, let me try 50. And if I move this button to the bottom of the image instead, okay, that might work a little bit better. All right, so I did a drastic change, go to UI grid layout and change the cell padding to 0, 10, 0, 50. Okay. And that's going to put a bigger space in between each of these buttons, you know, underneath them, you know, between them, going horizontally. And then on the text button for the position, we're going to do 0.078, 0, 1, 0. Okay, instead. And that'll fix it so that we can clearly see the picture. All right. Okay, so what we now want to do is change the background color of the button to whatever color you want it to be. So if you go to the property background color 3 and you can change it to whatever color you want. Okay, I'm going to stick with purple for mine. And I'm also going to change the font. So I'm going to go down to the text area and I'm going to choose a different font, and I'm using Denk 1. And then I'm going to choose text scaled. Okay. And that looks pretty good, I guess. You can also change the border. You can put a border around it. And you can change the color of the border if you want. I mean, you can format this how you want to look, whatever you like. That's not going to make a difference to the script that we make. Okay. All right. So now we are going to highlight that text button and we are going to insert a local script, and we are going to insert a UI corner. So a UI corner rounds the edges of the button. So it was square, but now you can see that it's rounded. Okay. Again, personal preference on the UI corner. And we are also going to insert a shirt. So type in shirt or look for shirt in the list and insert it. And when it inserts, when you insert the shirt, it just says clothing. Let's rename it to shirt with a capital S so we know that that's a shirt. Okay. All right. So we're not going to do the script just yet, but we are going to do the shirt. We need to get the shirt template number and insert it here. Okay. Because when we write the script, when they click this button, the script needs to know that ID number in order to place it onto the player. Whoops, I did that wrong. We're working on pants right now, not a shirt. So let me delete that and insert a pants. So same way, click on the plus sign, look for pants in the list or search for pants and insert pants. It says clothing, so change the name to pants. Okay. All right. Okay, so in order to get the ID for the pants, we do need to go back to Roblox player. Okay, we're in Roblox Studio right now. Where you go to play all the games on Roblox is the player. Okay, so let's go there to get the ID. Okay, we're back over here to the Roblox player, and since I own those pants, I'm going to my avatar, and then under clothing I'm going to classic pants, and I am going to pull up those pants on my screen, okay? And up here in the address, there is a number. So you just need to highlight that number and copy it, okay? And now we can go back over to Studio and we will paste this number. So we're back in Studio, and here's the pants. And in the pants template property field, we paste that number, okay? All right, so now we need to do the same thing for each of the other image buttons. So to make this easy, I'm just going to copy this one. Now, I know we're not doing all pants, right? We're going to do a shirt. So we'll go ahead and copy it, but then change it to shirt for the ones that are going to be a shirt, okay? So I'm going to paste it. Whoops, do that again. We're going to paste, highlight all the ones that don't already have it, right click and choose paste into selected. So now that quickly got pasted and they all have a button, okay? And actually we forgot to do one thing on this button. You can keep it named button, or if you want to specifically name this something, you can, because we made a text button. So you can go change the actual text, okay, from button to, I don't know, pink and blue pants. You know, whatever you want to use for your description, okay? All right. You might not want to put a description. I mean, they can visually see it, so they don't really need a description. You could instead put something like where. You know, whatever you want to put, okay? I'm just going to keep these as button. All right. But just know that because it's a text button, you can set that up to be specific text. Okay. All right, so this one's done, so I'm going to close it. So how about I set up the top 3 to be pants and then the bottom 3 to be shirts. So all I need to do is switch that out and insert the shirt in these 3. And change the name just like we did for the pants. Change the shirt one to shirt. Now I'm going to copy it, and on the other 2 I will paste it in, okay, and I'll delete the pants. And then, was this the other one? That's the other shirt, this one, okay. Paste into and delete that. Okay, so now they're all set up, okay. Now we haven't put the images yet on any of these others, but you're going to know how to do it. You know how to do it now, so you don't need to see it for every single one of them, okay? That main setup for the buttons is done. That's the important part, and now you'll be able to duplicate what you did for the first one for each of these, following the same steps. Okay, so next we are going to highlight the Screen GUI, and we are going to insert a image label into it. Okay. And we are going to reposition this image label to -0.005, comma 0, comma -0.001, comma 0. And we are going to size it to 0, comma 612, comma 0, comma 138. Okay, and obviously my position didn't work out correctly. And so let's change that position to 0.192, comma 0, comma 0.088, comma 0. Okay, I don't know why I had the wrong position, but it's the same position as the original image label, so you could copy and paste it. Okay. All right. Now, this is an image label, and I want there to be a design on it. So again, I have a design that I used, and you can use whatever design you want. I just felt like this adds to the GUI, makes it look better, makes it look a little fancier. So I'm going to go find the image that I want to use, if I can find it. Where is it at? Can't remember where I have it saved. Well, was it this? I'm going to insert this one, which is also dots, but it's a different kind of dots. So I'm going to get just to get the texture ID off of it, and that's not the one. Let me go look at the oh, where is that at? I don't see where I have that saved at in here. Well, anyways, I could just copy it. I think I'll just do that. You already know how to do this part, so you could do that, or maybe I'll just do this one, a different pattern. So maybe I'll try this pattern instead. Okay, so this one is a blue, just to change up the purple a little bit. Okay, so that's a blue. Doesn't really match, does it? Doesn't make it look as good, huh? So if I want to get the same exact pattern that I used in the one I already made, since I can't find where I have it sitting, I'm just going to copy and paste it. Oh, it was that pattern. Oh, I know what I probably did. I probably changed the background color. Let me see. Oh, that's what I did. Okay. I did grab the correct image. It's just I set the background color to purple, and I hadn't done that yet. All right, so this was just another dots that I used. So you see what I did. I have the image there, but I also have a background color. So the image that I happen to load, it changes drastically the way that it looks because I was able to put a background color onto it. Okay. All right, and now we are going to insert a text box into this image label. I mean, not a text box, but a text label. Okay. All right, so for the text label, this is going to be used as kind of like the title, and I called it textiles up here. And, you can use whatever name you want. So I'm going to resize it and position it. So the position is going to be 0.323, 0, 0.228, 0. Okay. Alrighty. And the size I'm going to leave at 0, 200, 0, 50 because I like that size. All right. And I am going to give it a border. So my border size pixel is going to be 3, and I'm going to change the color of the border, okay, to more one of the purple colors I've been working with. And then I'm going to write my text. I'm going to change my font to the same font I've been using, and I'm going to scale the text. So I'm going to check text scaled. And now I'm going to change this to say textiles. Okay. All right. And now click on the scrolling frame. And I can't remember if we did this or not, but we can actually change the color of this little scroll bar. If you scroll down in your properties, there should be a color option for it. And scroll bar image color, it's black, so I didn't change it. So you could make it purple, that's kind of light. I might go a little bit darker with it. I don't know. Or maybe, oh yeah, maybe something like that. Ooh, I like that one. Okay. All right. So if you want to make that a different color, you can. You're just going to have to play around with all the properties for customizing the look of what you're trying to do. Okay. All right. Okay. So next, we can make this button. Okay. This is the button that when you click it, it's going to open this up. Open it or close it each time you click it. Okay. So this is a really easy one compared to the one that we just made. Okay, the one we just made is pretty complex. So in order to do that one, you are going to insert a Screen GUI. So we're working with a new Screen GUI. And you can rename it. Let's name it Button GUI. Okay. That way you can tell the difference between the two. Now I've got double of everything in here, but I will be deleting the extra ones. I'm just doubling up because I wanted to have a demo to show you. Okay, so in the Button GUI, you're going to insert a text button. Okay. And it's a child of this Button GUI. And inside of the text button, you're going to insert a local script. Okay. All right. And the text button is going to be called Textiles. So you can change the text on it. It's going to be text scaled. And I just kept the same name. And change the font. I used Dink 1. And if you're going to keep it simple, do a background color, and you can do a border. You've already worked with all of this by now, so this should be a little bit easier. And maybe I'll go a little bit darker on that. Okay, and now we need to resize it and reposition. Okay, so for position, of the text button, we're going to do 0.023, 0, 0.908, 0, and that moved the button down to the bottom left. You can have yours wherever you want, so if you want yours in a different position, put it wherever you want, and if you want yours a different size, same thing. For my size, I'm doing 0.89, 0.50. Okay, and I just kept this one very basic and small because I don't want it taking up the screen where the player is going to be playing, because this will always be visible. This is not going to always be visible. The player has to click this to get this to open up, and they have to click it again to get it to close. All right, that's the idea. Okay, so that's the setup of that one. So that one's really easy. And we are now ready to do the scripts. And the scripts are really easy as well. Okay, that finishes this video portion. And this is the second video, video B. Next, we are going to do the third and final video. So please join me for the rest of this tutorial. I'll see you there.